Yeah, I'm playing Rubik's Cube. Do you guys like to play Rubik's Cube? What's up, Zach? I'm good. How are you? What's up, Pegasus? Do a flip? No. No 4-blind? I don't really like doing 4-blind, honestly. I could just do multi, you know? Or 5-blind, not multi. What's up, Germanium? Oops. Learned how to play poker today. My first hand ever was a straight off the flop. Honestly, I do not know poker stuff very well. I know what a straight is. I know what a full house is. I don't know how good these things are. I don't know what the river is. With my points that are not at 20k, where they should be. Oh. You weren't here yesterday, were you? I can't remember. Were you? We did a ton of betting yesterday. Scramble's horrible. 12 to 10. LTCT and a 2 twist. Thanks, computerin'. You were too tired and had to mess up your sleep schedule again? Damn. It is a lot of work to mess up your sleep schedule. True. Rip. What did I do? What's up, DNF? Dude, those edges were so nice. Holy crap. That was 9 floated to 8. That was like the nicest edge scramble. Top 5 nicest edge scrambles I've ever gotten. Sending scramble. Gambling today? Yeah, we're definitely gambling again. So corners were like meh. They were okay, I guess. But edges were UF, BU, BR, and then I actually cycle broke FR to LF, and then it gave RD FL, which is like kind of a shit case, and you have to cycle break for the first one too. So I recognize that like with that piece right there, there is a really fast like 5 mover or 7 mover available if I cycle break to there instead, which is not a bad case. And then you have a UL or UR DL UL, which is like one of the literal fastest comms in existence. So edges were just like that. Do you have the sum of all your solves? Because I don't have it. Oh, how do you have the sum of all your solves? It's like an option somewhere. Someone told me how to do it on stream. I do not remember where it is. It's under statistics. In options under statistics, there's a thing you can check that says show sum in time list. What online store do you buy your cubes from? Either the Cubicle or Speedcube Shop. I usually order from Speedcube Shop mainly just because it's closer to me, so shipments come quicker, and I win a lot of gift cards to Speedcube Shop, so might as well. But I feel like the Cubicle and Speedcube Shop are like basically just as good. I would probably, if not for the first 2 things I said, I would probably normally order from Cubicle because I think they have better lubes and like custom stuff, in my opinion. Ew. Bro, I am literal on the other side of the USA. I don't know what you mean. Do you know what side of the USA I'm on? Because Speedcube Shop is on one side of the USA, and the Cubicle is on the other side, pretty much. Huh. Damn it. Literally? Dude. I don't know what you're saying, audio VR. I strongly agree with the lube gap preference, but would add, I think Speedcube Shop's apparel stuff is pretty good. Oh. I don't think I've ever bought cubing apparel in my life. What's up? Grisbarkium? Sorry, I do not know how to say that name, but what's up? Dang it. Salty because your world's hitty super bled died? Damn, that sucks. In 2 days you get to do your first official 3 blind. Nice. 1 chance to get it because it's cumulative. Damn. Well, good luck. You're on the other side of the USA from Speedcube Shop? Well then, use the Cubicle. How am I supposed to know where you live? Rip. Yo, thanks for the congrats on 11 blind. GL5 blind Alex. Want to learn 3 style for corners? Do you recommend any videos or documents to learn? So I just watched Noah Arthur's tutorial on commutators. I just recommend learning from a tutorial that teaches you how to understand commutators intuitively. The only one I've watched is Noah's, so I would recommend that one. There's probably better ones at this point, I just haven't watched them. Maybe like Jack Kai has something, but I would recommend learning how comms work intuitively, trying to do solves intuitively with 3 style, and then like make a list of comms on your own and refer to other people's lists with like things like blinddb.net if you get stuck. Germanium redeemed tiny 3 blind solve. No, you didn't. What is considered a lucky scramble in comp for you? Like 1 edge solved or more than that? Pieces solved doesn't necessarily mean it's a lucky scramble, because you could still have like a bunch of cycle breaks anyways. It's typically out like total number of algs you have to do, but even then that doesn't like perfectly dictate how lucky a scramble is. It's mostly it's like a kind of combination of like total number of algs that you have to do for full floating 3 style and LTCT, and then like the quality of those algs at a really high level. It comes down more and more to alg quality, but also alg count. So a lucky scramble is like 8 algs with floating and LTCT. 8 algs is like very lucky for not floating, not LTCT. For LTCT, it's a bit lucky. It's like 1 in 30 or something, 1 in 25. Thanks for the resub, Flat Mars. What's up? Almost 1 year. You're almost there. Would you like to see formats like AO12 or A25 in comps for all events? I mean, I don't think it makes sense to do like rounds like that. So no. It'd be cool to have them like officially ranked maybe, but I don't know. Dang it, dude. I just did a D move at the end of the solve for no reason. What's 1 in 30? Didn't hear. I'm trying to remember with full floating and LTCT how common are 8 algers. I think they're like 1 in 100 without that. I do not understand HCR. I think it's black magic. People make tutorials to cover up FMC human sacrifice cult. Wow. It's quite the conspiracy. That'd be big if true. 25 months, 2 years, 1 month? No, that's almost 1 year. 1 in 30-ish feels right? Yeah, it feels right to me. Feels maybe like a little too rare. It might be like 1 in 20. Dang it. According to the study, 8 algs with LTCT and full floating is 1 in 10. Really? Damn. I don't remember. But that feels very high likelihood. I guess it's possible. If it's like 9 is the most likely alg count. I don't know. Other day I was thinking about how human hand ergonomic specific current speed solving methods are. Yeah. If B moved were super easy from home grip, like if we had like if instead our hands were just like holding cubes like this, and then we had like very long fingers that did B moves. That's like something that AI is gonna simulate for us eventually. Yeah, I did Netzu poggers. .36% for an 8 auger. Wow. For normie floats, I mean, not everybody does D-Lin, but like I would say that I get like 90% of floats, so that number is going to be like more or less right for me. Oh my god. Opposable pinky instead of an opposable thumb. Yeah, that'd be so weird. How much worse are floating comms on average? I don't really know. I've been curious to actually like I want to like time all like the average of all of my UF comms and then like time average of everything and see how it varies. I'm curious. Huh. Rip. Are floating comms worse? I mean, yeah, definitely. Simon and I were talking about the scramble the other and was super curious how you'd trace this for full floating multi. Oh, I would definitely do the UB float because it's just like one comm and it's super easy to see. So, I don't know. It seems pretty simple. I don't know if I mis-scrambled or something. I would always do this UB float, like no question, Tau. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's just like kind of normal corners. I would actually break into the flip or the twist. How do you know not to cycle break once you hit LU? I wouldn't, but the second that it would literally take like a fraction of a second for me to realize and backtrack, and then every time, like, I would probably lose like half a second compared to normal just finding that float, and then every time I'd trace, I would know, and I would also save an elegant exec, so I feel like it's almost like no question to me that that's worth it. With longer floats, it becomes questionable, and you probably shouldn't for anything longer than like a cycle. Dang it. So you don't do anything sort of like always solve UR type thing? No. Although in that case, Simon and I were actually talking about, I guess that would fall under the kind of case that Simon pointed out to me. Yo, thanks for the raid, Miss Cubist TV. How was your stream? Discussing right now with Andrew about some, Whoa, I got another raid almost immediately. That's crazy. Thanks for the raid, Lost Viking Metalworks. Wow. That was like 2 seconds after getting raided by Miss Cubist TV. Bringing some Mario Karters over? Cool. We're listening to Nintendo music over here, so hopefully they feel at home. Even if you don't know the parody of the UB cycle. Yeah, so Simon pointed this case out to me when I was explaining some floating multi-blind stuff to him, that in this case that you sent specifically, if you just always close, like force the cycle to close by putting LU to UR in this case, then you'll never lose an alg. At worst, you'll have like parity from a float, but it will never be like more algs or words. Oh, you were all playing Mario Kart together. Okay, gotcha. Wasn't just a coincidence. That'd be funny. Is efficiency, look ahead, or TPS more important for 3x3? I would say look ahead is probably the most important thing, and Max Park is like the best example of that. So yeah, I guess in conclusion, Andrew, I should get in the habit of just closing that cycle by default, because you'll get more floats that way, basically. It's like a kind of a rare case though, hard to get used to. How frequent success should I be getting on 3 blind before trying 4 blind? There's no like limit. You can do 4 blind whenever, but 4 blind is tough. You'll probably DNF a lot if your success rate is bad with 3 blind, but both of these things are just like practice and you'll get better. And make sure you analyze DNFs. Doing 2 keeps multi-blind might help, but you could also just do 4 blind. And that would also help. My hands are slippery. Got a comp in 5 days. GL, Natsu. Dang it. $16, nice, thanks. Do you plan on doing 2 through 8 blind relay? Yeah, I want to get it eventually. I have only tried it like 4 times ever. And the last time I tried it was like right after 10 blind. And I just tried it 1 time and then went on to do other stuff. But I do want to go back to it. Not really sure when. I kind of want to do 12 blind first. Not sure. Also want to beat my 2 through 7 blind. Dude, that scramble, I almost went for the pre-move, but then my sense my better judgment told me not to. What would this be? Yeah, not worth. Just saves 1 alg to do the pre-move. It solves 4 pieces and saves 1 alg. This is why pre-moves suck, dude. It's such bait sometimes. I wish Stash were here to see this. Pre-moves his beloved. Or no, his beloved is post-moves, I guess, but still. What lube do I use? Lately, mostly Silk and Moyu Lube 1. You think you're closer being world class at 3 blind or 5 blind? I mean, it totally depends how you define world class. If you're not defining world class as like some percentage within the world record time, then definitely 5 blind. Oh, freaking same scramble. If I find an alg to be slightly better than all algs there are on blind DB, should I just go for it, or does it mean I'm doing something wrong? You might be doing something wrong in that case, yeah. Like, you're probably, very likely, if that's the case, you're like either not seeing the right finger trick for those algs on blind DB, or you're like just needing practice with the right finger trick. If you have a specific case you want to ask about, go ahead. I can try to help. Rip, Alex. Every time is sub PB. It's 5 blind moment. Dude, my turning is annoying me. I feel like I'm actually like having slippery butterfingers right now. What's up, Spud? For X centers, UBL, UBR, DBR, wide L prime, D prime. So the wide L prime D prime is what's on blind DB, and you think switching D prime and L prime is better? That's a pretty small difference. R? Oh, you're talking to Blackbird. I think, yeah, for something like that, the difference is pretty small. You could just do either one. I think it's fine. The D prime thing can like cancel, but like I would never do that cancel because it's weird and not really like, I don't know if it's even like realistic to finger trick with the cancel. What's up, cubing leagues? UBL, UBR, DBR. I guess you could. Just becomes less intuitive when you do this cancel, so it's kind of annoying, and I probably just wouldn't do it. But you would like do it like that, I guess. MBLD, DBR. Like, that's just, yeah, kind of weird, and I just would probably not do it, but you can do it, I think it's fine. What's up, Irma? Oh, I totally forgot to respond to your email. I meant to do that, sorry. I'll do that after stream. 4x4 is Steven. You got your first 6-blind success today? Whoa. Congrats. How many tries? Like, was it 2 tries? I feel like you said you did your first one yesterday. Or 2 days ago or something. Um, 1992. Damn it. Second try since 2019? Damn. Well, congrats. Ooh, that was good. 10 to 9. Multiple cancels. I'm gonna say 15, 58. Dang it. Four blind's gonna be feeling so easy now, Irma. You. Used U2 for every center type? Ew. Honestly, more impressive. You know, nice Remy. I still don't even have a sub one single. Dude, come on. I feel like I have to take the headphones off. I keep forgetting stuff. Wait, did I DNF the 29? I swear I did. Weird scramble. 3 UF algs, FL BR2 flip, 1 FD alg, 2 UFL algs, UBL LDF 2 twist. Do I read Twitch or YouTube chat more? I read both. I just have one thing with all of them in it all at once. Forgot to put 29 to DNF. Oh, okay. I was just asking, you're probably just a little behind. I was just asking myself if that was supposed to be DNF. Also, what's up? Not think anything. What's up, Ella? Is that part of Restream? The chat that I'm reading? Yeah, it puts both chats together. Dude. So annoying. Bumping your question? I did not see it. Oh. How do you practice multi-blind other than just doing attempts? Like, do you do deliberate practice for improvement in any specific way? I mean, I do big attempts, small attempts. I will, like, drill all my algs and words with a program like blindtrainer.com, and I, like, recite all the words and stuff. I'll also do, like, deliberate practice of story making, where I just, like, scramble a 3x3, memo it with, like, the way I would do multi-blind memo specifically, not memoing it how I would memorize, like, 1 3x3 and 3 blind, and try to, like, really focus on making good stories. That's, like, something I do kind of a lot. Get a prediction on Solve 30. I need to feed. Alright, I'll do a. Alright, we're going to do a prediction to feed Alex's gambling addiction. I'll do a prediction for Solve 40. It'll be a 5-minute prediction. Alright, get your bets in. Wait, I forgot to put a specific time for betting. Shoot. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Cool. I'll just go slow. You have 5 minutes to bet what you think Solve 40 of this session is going to be. Is it going to be under 18 seconds, over 18 seconds, DNF, success? What do you think? Get your bets in. Go, 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 go. Dang it. I also need one for Solve 69. I probably won't go that high. Please lock in a little. All right, I will try to do my best. On Solve 40, I will lock in and try my hardest. Alright. I'm going to do a comp sim of solve 40 for solve 30, okay? So you guys can get an idea of how much I'm going to lock in for solve 40. I'm going to pretend this is solve 40 right now. That was a hard scramble. Scrolling through CS Timer and saw it took me 1,700 solves to get your first sub 30 with 3 style. Damn, that doesn't seem like too bad. Almost George Orwell. Oh yeah, 1984. I was confused for a sec. Alright, you got 2 minutes left to predict, you guys. Consistently memoing sub 10 is still alien to me. After doing blind for like, what was it, like 2 years straight, I was like still struggling to get sub 10 memo, I think. And I was shocked like people could do that. I felt like I'd plateaued. It's genuinely just a matter of practice. I just kept doing blind and then now I'm here. Yeah, for sure, Irma. You've got a good mindset. There's a lot of people, I feel like, who are impatient about improving, but they're like, please just give me the tip so I can memo faster. And I'm like, you just gotta practice. Sorry, bro. That was a very bad 10 Alger. Dude, I'm having like itchy eyes. So annoying. Having fun building palaces? Nice. I like building palaces, except I feel like the decision making part kind of sucks because I don't want to make them like in a bad way. And then learning them, I don't like learning them anymore because it's just so hard for me to actually get fast with them compared to my like ones I'm really used to. Yes, but it does show what platform each message is from. What's up, Kryptonite? You're evil on this one, believing F you over? Damn. Understandable. I'm not that fast right now either, but maybe I'll lock in. I feel like once you grind a lot, you gain a deeper level of respect for world-class solvers. Yeah. And, like, people who push the limits. Doing multi-blind? Pog. I will be doing multi-blind soon. Even if a palace is built poorly with practice, it'll be just as good. To an extent, I would maybe agree, but I do think it can be bad if you, like, make a palace with too many locations that feel too similar to each other. Like, you definitely don't want to have a bunch of loci that feel similar to other loci in the same palace. That can be a problem. Dude. This is a troll scramble. Yeah, that's annoying. Honestly, in an actual multi, I would probably get all the floats. I would like memo LTEF and then a UB float and a UL float. Just because it's all like one cycle each. I think it would be worth it. Because this is horrible if you don't do the floats. Like, so annoying. But with like memoing with LTEF and floating words, it's 5. Which is pretty nice. No, it's 4. My god, it's 4. 1. That is 1. 2. Or 3, 4. Yeah. Three comms and a 2 flip, but you still memoed 6 words and visual to flip. Yeah, in that case, it would just, for me, it would be like a UF word, LTF word, UB word, and a UL word. Definitely worth doing that, in my opinion. Dude, oh my god. I really gotta lock in before solve 40. I don't want to disappoint people. Oh my god, dude, I almost DNF'd that. That should have been so much better. I don't know why my hands are like so slippery right now, dude. I keep doing like accidental moves. It looked like it was solved and you did an extra set. That's because I had this. Looks solved probably to that camera angle, but if you're attempting 20, what should the cube/room split be? I mean, I always do 1 cube per room. I don't think like number of cubes attempted really changes cube per room ever for me. Forgot. You have like 60 plus rooms? I have I have way more than that. I have 6 palaces that are 72 rooms each. And then an auxiliary like 40 room palace that I use for big blind. Yeah, what Flatmarsh said, Irma. Lock in for solve 40. I will. I'm not gonna read chat until I do solve 40 because I feel like reading chat makes me lock out. Dude. I'm actually locking in, dude. Solve 40, the moment we've all been waiting for. Okay. Gotta hope for a good scramble, believers. Oh my god. There's two UFR algs. I remember there's a 2 twist here. Sorry to the sub 18 believers. Sorry, guys. It's how it be sometimes. I genuinely tried to lock in. Edges were so hard. It was 1 UF alg, 2 UB algs, 2 UR algs, and it just made, like, I don't know. It took too much brain power. Over 18 DNF, dude, was 6%. That's so funny. Rip. I hate you specifically, Cremanium. Yeah, sorry, dude. Let's see what happens on solve 41. That was a really hard scramble. I actually had this 2E in edges, which is cool. So that made it 6 to 5 edges, but then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alg corners with a float. So that was 12 to 10. Funny. I'm gonna go to 50 and then I'm gonna do small multis. float into a 4 flip. Yeah, 3 loci per room would be pretty nice for big blind. Maybe not for centers, but you can just skip a loci in a room. Like if you're doing centers, just skip the last loci of a room. What's a room? It's just like a unit of a memory palace, basically. DNF multi-blind, RIP. Yep, had a feeling. Dude, my best AO5 of this session is still not sub 20. This session is horrible. Oh yeah, check weighted 50 before multi. I'll do that. See you later, Natsu. GL with your solves. I'm good. I'm good on that one. Fun scramble for people to try. I actually mistraced edges, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but still edges, or corners sucked. Love a good ol' 6 to 5 alg corners. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You can do 5 blind or multi? I'll do multi first. Probably do like at least 4 9-cube attempts or something. Amazing. last solve. Ugh, 5 to 4 L corners. Annoying. Oh yeah, gambling time. Also, Osprey helicopter shaking my entire house time. America. Alright. Next 9 cube multi-blind result will be, how about we do four out of 9 or worse, and then 5 out of 9, 6 out of 9, 7 out of 9, 8 out of 9, 9 out of 9. You got 2 minutes to predict. Get your bets in. What's special about 5 and 9 cubes for multi? Seems like you gravitate towards those numbers. Just because I do 8 packs in big attempts. So it's like my rooms are kind of easier to use in packs of 4. And then I just tack on one at the end to do like a 3 blind cube just for efficiency's sake. It's just kind of like practicing with my rooms in a similar way to how I would do it in a big attempt. I don't have to do it this way though, like I can do any number. These are just like the comfy numbers. I will only be 2 passing, by the way. I'm 2 passing 9 cubes. Aiming for like 245 memo, maybe faster. Kind of depends just how I'm feeling. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. I would say I probably average like 6, maybe 7 out of 9, depending on the day. Oh, I forgot to check the weighted 50. You're right. I'll check that really quick. So I got a DNF 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is gonna be bad, like high 18. Oh my god. Freaking 1924. I'm deleting that immediately. Get it out of my face. That was a bad 3 blind session. Hopefully it doesn't carry over to 9 cube attempts. What's up, Stash? Miss the gambling? Rip, dude. We'll do it again. Don't worry. Alright, what do we got? Most people betting on 4 out of 9 or worse. Interesting. I gotta say, I think that's a bad prediction. No 9 out of 9 bettors. SMH. I think I think the bet here, the move, is like 6 out of 9. That's probably the most likely thing I get. But I have like come out of a D-Rust and just gotten like a PB 9 out of 9 immediately, so anything can happen. You would have bet 9 out of 9 if it was open 10 seconds longer. Well, whose fault is that, Stash? SMH, dude. Alright. No dupes, right? Okay. Dang. That felt good. That's from messing up messing up a 3-twist solution. This is an inverse comm. Yeah, stupid. Damn. Not a bad start. Good memo. 7 out of 9. Who bet 7 out of 9? 27%? Not bad. Okay, okay. Let me just make very sure. Yeah. Alright, we go again. I'll do 5-minute prediction this time. What did you bet, Flat Mars? You won, Alex? Nice. Yeah, that was 2 inverse comms. That's so stupid. It'd be a funny strat if, like, people were waiting for me to scramble before betting to see if there's, like, a bunch of solved pieces in the scrambles, because you could probably see secret strat dropping. Thanks for the tip, yeah. It probably doesn't matter that much, but like might give me like a slight edge. Alright, get your bets in. You got 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. Got most people betting 8 out of 9 right now. Interesting. Thank you for believing. It could happen, it's very possible. 8 of 9 is very possible. I feel like 6 and 7 are the most likely. 8 and 9 could happen. 4 out of 9 has happened. Always believing. Thanks, Germanium. See you later, Blackbird. 10K exclamation point. 10,000 factorial. That is kind of a big number. Alright, I'm gonna start because I will not memo before, I will not finish memo before the prediction's up, but you got 2 minutes. The result of the last prediction was 7 out of 9. Oh yeah. We go again. Ooh, dude, come on. Mechanical twist. I had a slight feeling that I had a mechanical twist there, but I erred on the side of not. That's annoying, dude. Oh my god, that would have been good. That sucks. What's up, Levi? That counts. Don't do this to me. I'm sorry, that does not count. I'm sorry, Germanium. That was an 8 out of 9. Which flagships are least likely to corner twist? I don't know. Unfortunate. Alright, we go again. Had mechanical twist this past weekend in multi-blind on cube 1, 3-blind cube. Set the tone for the rest. Damn, that sucks. These corner twist kind of frequently. It's a little unfortunate. I can usually suss it out and try to fix it at least, but that one was like a particularly gentle corner twist where I was like, did I just corner twist? No, I probably didn't. That felt like so slight. There's no way. So I just like hoped not. Get your bets in. Do I intend on doing 21 blind? No. I can very confidently say I'm never going to do that. Biggest bet yet. Exciting. Y'all got 3 minutes left to predict. 3 minutes. Get your bets in. If I don't win this one, I'll jump off a cliff in Minecraft. Yeah, you gotta go Minecraft yourself. 9 out of 9, I believe. I'm feeling pretty good with Memo right now. I'm genuinely feeling like the 11 blind practice helped. Because I'm just like making stories pretty like effortlessly good. Alright, I am going to start in 30 seconds with 2 minutes left in the prediction. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. Okay. I'm feeling a 9 out of 9 right here. I don't know about you guys. Dude, come on. Mechanical twist? Oh my god. This one I was unsure about. God, that's annoying. These ones are looser than the cubes that I do big attempts with, so don't fear, but yeah, that's really annoying. That one was like, I just like in the very slightest bit suspected a mechanical twist at one point, but I was like, no, there's no way. But alas, there was. Alright, that was 7. What? Mechanical twisted? Wait, did you bet 8? Oh my god, dude. Romanian might be actually the unluckiest person in my chat. Damn, 57% of people got frickin' screwed out of 8. Well. Sorry. I'll try to not mechanical twist again. Can't promise anything though. 4.4k points? Nice. Huge. Alright. This might be the last one that I do. I want to also have time for 5 blind. Alright. 68 points, wow. Yeah, this might be the last attempt before 5 blind. Maybe one more. It's possible that I'll get like 8 out of 9 and then feel frustrated. I would be worried about mech twists on bigger attempts, do you? I don't know if I fully finished saying this, but these are not the same cubes that I use for big multi-attempts. These are my maglev RS3MB5s. I use the dual adjust RS3MB5s for all my big multi-attempts, and I have those tension tighter than these ones. These ones I used to main for 3 blind, so they're looser. I think actually the last comp that I used this cube at for 3 blind, I mechanical twisted 2 out of 3 solves in a 3 blind round. It like would have been a mean, and I instead got 1 out of 3. I feel like they start like mechanical twisting more and more over time. 3k on 8 out of 9. Alright, get your bets in, get your bets in. You got 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Nice, Irma. I'm trying to edit my 11 blind video and it's been honestly annoying. I want to put in like every DNF, like a little compilation of every DNF, and I'm like, I'm so indecisive about video editing. Because I want it to be like good, but I just like don't think I'm a good video editor. Your Tangyun pops often? That's interesting. You must have it really loose if it's a V1. Cut the DNF cube drops to some music video. I'm just gonna put a bunch of Vine booms, I think, with every DNF. I need to get better at editing. I feel like it's like really just one thing I wish I was better at. Okay, get your bets in. I'm gonna start in... Oh, I'm gonna start now. Dude, time flies when you're talking to chat. Okay. Thank you. Pog. That was good. Almost sub 5. No twisties. Yeah. And that's what almost the majority bet. Tied majority. Actually, basically majority. Most points. No, actually, tied points. No, majority voted 8 out of 9 as far as points go. 3 people bet 9 out of 9. Anyways. Good job to the believers. That was awesome. Thanks, Forum. Made back what you lost for 1 mechanical twist, only 1 to go. Alright, we'll do 5 blind now. Maybe 5 blind predictions. 5 blind predictions should be simple. I can just do a prediction on whether or not I get a success. My accuracy is like 30% usually, so... That one was 7 out of 9. Forgot to enter these. 508, I think was... I think this one was also 7 out of 9. Wait, was the most recent one was actually 8 out of 9, I think. Wait. No, that one was 7 out of 9. The one before was 8 out of 9 by mechanical twist. Okay. Yeah, what do you think? Should I do just a bet on... Like for 5 blind, should I bet on success or DNF? Or should I do like sub X success, sub X DNF, sub X success, sub X DNF? Maybe I'll do that. That's probably better. I'll do this like sub 330. And you get 2 minutes to bet on this one. Do you sacrifice the whole garden for sugar lumps or just grow juicy queen beets? You should definitely sacrifice. Sacrificing is just like objectively faster. Because getting the juicy queen beet itself is like the slowest part of sacking, and you can sack in like 5 days. Growing a juicy queen beet, like mutating a juicy queen beet in the first place is already, like it can take several days just to mutate it, and then like 2 more days to for it to mature so you can get the sugar lump. So definitely sacking is like just objectively the best thing to do. Even if you're like very slowly tending to the garden, it's still going to be better. Gone big or broke? Okay. Get your bets in. 40 seconds left. What will I get? My session right now is 322 mean, 36 out of 107. So do with that what you will. Damn. Also, that was a 336. I forgot to put the GAN timer back on the screen. 336.16. That's funny. I like messed up on midges too. But yeah, cool. That's my first 5-blind solve in quite a while. I have to manually enter that. 36. I'm going outside to smoke. Wait, what did you bet, Germanium? Did you bet sub 330 success? I think you did, right? Sorry, dude. Wow, 73% of people did. It was probably mostly Germanium, I guess. 2 people. This is fucked. Sorry, man. Over 330 success. I'm gonna do some weekly comp stuff because who knows when the next time I'll do 5-blind is. I honestly felt so weird doing 5-blind Alex. Like, there's quite a lot of Alex that I would normally not use on 11 blind. That felt like super weird. And like tracing centers so quickly felt like scary. Alright. I'm gonna do 1 minute for this next prediction. Same options. Only thing I wanted is to be able to buy the thing with the points, and now I have no points at all. Sorry, man. Have a good smoke. Yeah, Sandcuber. If you bet 10 and you're the only winner, you get everything that the other person bet. That's how it works. Pretty sure. Okay. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. 2, 1, okay. This is solve 1 of Slovakian Weekly for this week. I've derusted 5-blind. Now this will be an actually good time. Damn. The scramble sucked. Believers got trolled by the scramble. Hate to say it. Okay, I'm canceling the prediction because I don't want everybody to lose their points for no reason. That's just silly. Wait, one person? Oh, never mind. Draco bet that. Sorry. At first I thought it was 0 because it said 0%, but it was just because you bet 1%. Okay, I'm glad I checked. So, over 330 DNF means Draco gets all the points. Sorry, Sai. Getting your hopes up. Oh yeah, I should do the bet again. We go again. I'm gonna do 2 minutes because I have to solve this. Get your bets in. This is just a gambling stream now, you guys. I was seriously pausing on Elgs so much for that. I'm actually like, I'm too 11 blind pilled. It made me like lose automation with my normal Elgs. 5 blind doesn't seem much worse than 4 blind, just one extra center type in midges. Yeah, true. It's really not that much worse. Wait, I won? Yeah, you did. I almost canceled the prediction because I didn't see that there was 1 point bet on that option by you. I was just like from yesterday, I discovered that Twitch, if everybody bets on the wrong thing, it just basically eats the points. Doesn't like give them back, even though nobody wins them. It just like disappears the points, which is just kind of lame. So I decided after that I'm just gonna like cancel the prediction if something that nobody bet on is the correct result. And I thought that nobody bet on that because it said 0%, but then I actually looked and I was like, wait, 1 channel point? Oh. I thought that betting multiplies your points, not prize pool. I wouldn't have bet all those points. Not sure what made you think that. Alright. Get your bets in, by the way. I think it might be over. Oh yeah, it is. Only 642 points in the pool. It looked like that based off how much it was giving me last stream. Huh. Damn. This is probably wrong. Definitely not sub 30 anymore. My God, dude. Oh, come on, dude. I mistraced and I recalled something wrong. Oh my God, dude. Finally win and there's nothing in the pool. I mean, not nothing. Over 330 DNF. Damn, 5 blind's not going super well right now. Sorry, believers. Alright, solve 3, and then I'm gonna go eat dinner. You lost 1 point? Oh no. Alright. You got 1 minute to predict on this one. Because I already scrambled. What do you recommend for letter pairs? Creating for all X letter pairs? I do not use X. Specifically for that reason. What's up, WD Cube? Hi. See you later, Irma. Thanks for hanging out. GL Sleep. Germanium redeemed reminder to drink water. Oh, I don't even have my water here. Wow. So if it looks like I have bags under my eyes, you just reminded me. My water is by my bed. I have like a big ass Stanley cup that my mom got me for Christmas. And I kept it by my bed last night, as I usually do. And I woke up this morning at 7:30 a.m. because I like stirred in my sleep and somehow knocked my freaking Stanley cup off my nightstand and onto the ground where my laptop was. And it made such a mess. It was like the worst freaking way to wake up ever. 22 points in the poll. Oh my gosh, you guys. In the prediction. Okay. Well, zero pressure on this last solve, except for the fact that I've got 2 DNFs in weekly comp. my god, dude. Are you serious? How did I do that? Extremely rare DNF. That scramble was absolutely horrible. My god. Absolutely horrible. It was 11 alg X centers, 12 alg plus centers. I think, dude, holy crap. 13 alg wings, 7 alg midges, 4 alg corners. That's insanely bad. What is that? 11 plus 13 plus 11 plus 12. 40. That was a 47 alger. No joke, that was a 47 alger. Sorry I bumped the mic. Alright. I'm gonna go. I'm just lazy. Why did I only get 2 GTS? Because, wait, 2? Because there was 2 people who bet there, and you probably bet less than the other person. The amount that you bet changes the multiplier that you get. So like, there was 11 bet on that in total. If you got 2, that means that you probably bet just like 1 point. The other person bet 10. Yeah. I'm too lazy to check if there's other people cubing on stream right now, so I'm just gonna raid Twitch Subs Cube. Thanks for watching. Be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be better at 5 blind.